I'm in the cut, the boy in the cut. Jump in the whip with a
Welcome back to In the Cut. You are in the cut, and I'm Arthur, and you're in the cut with Arthur. Thank you for coming back. Welcome if you're new. Welcome to the pod. This is going to be episode 7. Super excited because I enjoy doing this. I don't really know where I was going with that. But anyway, today, first off, gotta say, what's up, Abe? How's it going? Also, hopefully, I'm sounding like really crispy and nice right now. Abe was nice enough to get me a microphone for Christmas. Guess he felt using my little headset was too whack. So he wanted me to sound better. So he got me a microphone. Well, him and Nicole, but you know, he the dedicated one. So I gotta say, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up. So just wanted to say that. Gotta shoot that out there. But yeah, pretty cool episode. Ending off the year. I know this is only episode 7, but yeah, we're wrapping things up for 2020. By the time this comes out, it will be New Year's Eve, and we'll be moving on to 2021, which should ideally be a better year than 2020 was. Needless to say, 2020 has been a very difficult year for many people. I think fortunately, all things in perspective, for me, 2020 hasn't been the worst. It hasn't been great, but in all reality, it could be worse. I was very sad and disappointed to lose someone I respect in Kobe. But and obviously things with COVID have been difficult, but I think all things put in perspective, my friends and family's health, knock on wood, has been doing good. So, I think overall, obviously it wasn't the year any of us had in mind. I felt like 2020 just was such a cool sounding year, thinking that this was going to be an epic year. And I had a lot of personal goals for myself that I wanted to achieve in 2020. And I think a lot were kind of sidelined with everything. But starting this podcast has been something I wanted to do for a long time. And kind of starting this, even towards the end of the year is very exciting for me. And looking to the future of what could come from this, if anything. So yeah, I'm excited. And so that's actually kind of one of the topics today. I have the homie Paul on again. We kind of talk about our fitness and looking into 2021 and some fitness challenges we are going to do. And we talk a little bit more Star Wars because we kind of had to end shortly last time. So there's some more stuff I wanted to chat about. And so we talk about that. And, I just like talking to Paul. So I am excited for you all to hear that. So without further ado, let's get to it. Welcome back, Paul. Thank you for joining me in the cut again. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. How are you?
Not too bad. So I was hoping to chat with you about a couple stuff. Most recently, we are doing a fitness challenge this week, a 1-week fitness challenge where I think, who's winning? Are you winning? I think you might be winning.
I don't know.
Let me see. Right now, it's just telling me, and says I got 30. You are leading.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah. So you're leading. But yeah, and so first, I know Abe listens religiously, and he's probably thinking, why was I not invited to the fitness challenge? And is probably rolling his eyes and blinking like the fucking gif of the white guy. Mm-hmm. And Abe, I tried adding you to my Apple Watch sharing 299 days ago, and you've never accepted it. So I accidentally cleared where it would show me that, but I do have a screenshot that I'm waiting for you to accept my invitation. So why don't you go ahead and add me, bud, and then we can start competing.
Yeah. Well, this one's pretty much a trial run anyways.
Yes.
For the real one.
Yes. Which, so far, what do you think about this app? I mean, so for anybody that's, I mean, I guess Abe too, because you don't need to download it. We're
Yeah.
using challenges because Paul, I mean, this is off topic already. This is what
Hmm.
I do, but I feel like I have, the more I've been trying to use my Apple products, like more than just like surface level, I've been very disappointed. Like I feel like there's a lot of stuff that's just lacking that you would kind of expect to be there. So like
Yeah.
and my point is, so for example, these challenges. So on the Apple Watch, you can compete against another friend and you can basically compete to see who has a better fitness week. And they're 7-day challenges. Now, the problem with that is you can share your information with multiple friends. I don't think there's any limit to, but you can only compete with one friend at a time.
Yeah.
So you could either all compete each other and I guess see who wins. But that's why we're using this third-party app called Challenges that kind of does something similar. What are you liking about the app so far?
I think it's pretty cool actually. It's making me, I did my one workout today and I was like,
I
okay, cool.
saw.
That's whatever. And then I was like, you know what? My points are a little lacking. I think I should probably hit it up a second time.
Yeah, I
And
definitely like being able to compete with more people.
yeah.
Because you and I have competed multiple times. I've never beat you. You
No,
are
but like,
undefeated against me.
but with this, I mean, you're getting pretty close,
I'm
and
in
we're
third
only
place.
what are we're
I'm in
in.
third
I mean,
place. You are currently beating me by 80 points. So I would not consider that close.
it was close the first couple of days when you guys were just banging out those workouts.
Yes. Yes, which I'll get into a little bit later because I know you're
Okay.
asking about that.
Yeah.
I like the app so far. I definitely like being able to have more people in it. And like I said, Abe finally add me. I will post a screenshot that I got off my phone that says that I'm waiting, but I freaking cleared it as I was taking the screenshot. So on my phone, it used to say you sent an invitation 299 days ago. You're still waiting. Worst part is I've hung out with Abe multiple times, and he's told me about his aunt that he's sent an ad request on Instagram, and that she hasn't added him. So he knows this pain, and yet has done it to me. And I guarantee you, Paul, that if we were talking about this in real life and he was here, he would be like, "Oh wow, thanks for inviting me to that. I want to get fit." So yeah, so anyway, but anybody can add to this. So we'll probably post the link on the socials. So you were thinking, Paul, about 3 months, right? Well, I mean, I guess we were kind of spitballing numbers
Yeah.
out there.
Well, I feel. I mean, especially I'm getting close to being like season's going to be over for me, and then I'm going to find myself sitting at home more often than not. And
So
I
for
did.
those who did not know, Paul is a Smokey the Bear wildland firefighter, and the season's coming to an end.
Yeah, and that, I mean, I have all the stuff at work. I have a gym there, and we got good trails and stuff, so it's easy for me to work out while I'm at work. But the challenge is going to push me to do it while I'm at home, just so I don't lose.
Isn't one of your like really good friends like a personal trainer?
Yeah,
I mean, he can't give you some like exercise plans.
I mean it's kind of expensive.
I mean, but you're like a really good friend. Like he can just like,
Yeah,
text you on the side.
little side deal.
Yeah,
Maybe
just
I'll
a
give him
little
like five
like,
bucks.
hey, if you wanted to,
Yeah.
I'd recommend, doing this, and this.
I mean,
No,
I
but
could probably
yeah,
ask, but yeah.
no, I feel you. Yeah, I think for like, I mean, I'm pretty much on my butt all the time anyway. So, I need that motivation. I was doing good for a while and then I kind of fell off around October and I've been getting back on it.
Hmm.
I do have to warn you. I don't even know if I can say I've been hitting my Lance Armstrong cuz he lied and he doped. But my bike has been in the shop for a little tune up skis
Hmm.
and I just got the call yesterday. It's good to go. So I'm gonna be hitting the miles again. So
Okay.
But sometimes I do really well of like working out for like, like, especially when we do a competition, like a week or something, or like
Hmm.
a couple weeks. And then, you kind of like start to fall off and get lazy again
Yeah.
already. So that's also why I was kind of thinking like 3 months too. Cause then like you kind of have to like build some consistency. Cause if you go hard the first month and then fall off, like you're gonna lose.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm down. I'll do it for 3 months. I think I guess maybe I can do it so we have it overlapped, and I'll do it from January 1st to the end of March,
Okay.
because I think our one ends on Sunday. So
Yeah.
um there'll be a slight overlap. The one thing I didn't like about the app is, I don't know if you listened to it, but it told you what to set your move goal to.
So I saw that on there. I think I didn't really understand it because my move goal is set something different than the challenge move goal is.
Yes.
But
Yes.
and then it was giving me little prompts to change it, but then it wasn't letting me change it. I think that might be we have to
You have to
set that
change
up
it on
before
your
we do
watch.
the. Well, I have it changed on my watch, but I just for like our competition, we might have to, before we start it, change the move goal on the competition.
So I didn't like it because, I mean, I don't know, personally, aim for the stars, I guess. And I haven't been, because I need to do this challenge. But my move goal was 870 calories a day, which
Hmm.
I think was a little bit higher than you and Jake's. Jake
Yeah,
actually
it
might be
was
a little bit higher. So it told me that my move goal should be 500 calories a day.
the challenge app did, or
It did.
your watch.
The challenge app. It said, based
Okay.
off my weight, said, hold it there, big fellow. We don't want you to go into cardiac arrest.
Yeah. Be
But
careful.
it recommended $500. Damn, I wish 500 calories a day. So I moved mine down. I don't know. I didn't like that I couldn't necessarily pick where I wanted it. Like,
Hmm.
especially if I'm working out, like once I do like start bike riding, like one bike ride, can be like 900 calories or so.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, that's kind of some limitations that I didn't necessarily like about it, but I mean, it is a free app, so it wasn't too bad. Um, but yeah, we'll put it out there for people to join. What kind of money do you want to put down on this?
Hmm. Do you want to go big, or we want to do like just a little baby thing, little side thing?
I mean, it's 3 months, so I mean, I'm
Yeah.
kind of okay, going big.
Like
I
a
mean, I
hundo
guess.
big?
Oh, a hundo big? Ooh, yummy. Paul's thinking of putting a hundo down on the fitness challenge.
For 3 months, I feel like that's
She just made a
is
face on me,
hundo.
like she said, like that's just too rich for her blood.
Okay, yeah, I mean, I'm not even gonna be working, and I'm putting down a hundo.
He said he's not even working. He's gonna put down a hundo.
That's a lot.
She's saying
Let
it's
me
a
chew
lot.
it.
She says she's going to think about it a little bit.
Okay,
I'm down.
Okay,
Well,
well,
let's text Jake,
we
who
got a
never
day.
answers, but then
Yeah.
does like 5 workouts to beat us. So
Yeah.
I feel like she's probably just scared because she feels like she's going to lose, even though she did start off pretty well.
Yeah,
But
I don't know what's happening, because I was looking today, and I mean, she's not in first place, so
she's not in first place. But I also feel like her body's starting to go into shock.
yeah.
Her body is like, what are you doing to me? I feel like you're trying to kill me.
I already have my excuse ready if I lose, so I'm waiting on that.
What is it?
Okay,
Or
so
we
this
gotta
is what
wait?
you want to wait, or you want me to say it right now?
I guess let's wait. No, just say it right now. Just say it right now.
Okay.
Just say it right now.
Okay. So I was really thinking Yami was going to beat us, and this is what I was going to
I
say.
mean, there's still a possibility she can.
Yeah.
There's still like, a week left,
Yeah,
or not,
so
like
this is
4 or
what-
5 days.
I was going to say that Yami is like a gazelle. They're always on the move, always moving around everywhere.
Okay.
Just burning it up all day. And you and me, we're like lions. It takes a lot of energy for us to move. And
I'm
when
like
we
a bear.
move, You're like a bear, dude.
I'm like a fucking bear. I should be hibernating right now.
Yeah.
That's why I'm
So-
probably so fat and not shedding any weight.
Yeah, because your whole sleeping season is off.
Yes. Yeah.
That's it.
Thank you.
We found out. We
Thank
figured
you.
it out.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah. I like the first day when she like wasn't like burning any calories, but she had like a bunch of steps, and then I was like, you need to put some more effort into it. And then she tried claiming that because she's smaller, that it was harder for her to burn calories.
Yeah, it was like she had like 4,000 steps by 7 in the morning.
Oh yeah, she went in at 5 that day.
Oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah. So, and she was off today, but she is also severely sore from our workouts that we've been doing.
Okay, so how are those? You guys digging those?
Yeah, so that's something I wanted to talk about too. So we started using I should know the name. I believe it's Fitness Plus. It's Apple's new fucking pay us money every month subscription shit.
Yeah.
So basically what they have, if you have an Apple Watch, you can sign up to get Fitness Plus. I think there's trials. They might give you like a month. Yami, why she kind of got gung-ho about this shit is I gave her an Apple Watch for Christmas.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why she's all, interested in how much she was not moving, because now she's being told constantly. But yeah, so she got like a 3-month trial for buying a new Apple Watch. And you can access the workouts on, because I don't know if you noticed, but if you update your phone, to look at your activity from your Apple Watch, the app was called Activity, and now it's called Fitness.
Yeah.
So now that it's called Fitness, in the bottom middle of the app, it's called Fitness Plus. And so on your phone, on an iPad, or an Apple TV, you can access Fitness Plus. And basically they have a bunch of curated workouts. They have HIIT workouts, yoga, core, strength, treadmill. I guess if you have a treadmill and you want to put this stuff on, or if there's not COVID, you could go to a gym. Cycling, but that's more of like indoor cycling.
Mm-hmm.
Dance. I haven't hit up the dance yet. And mindful cool down. So they have all these different workouts, and they have different trainers. The one feature I really like about it, because they're Apple's all about their own ecosystem, and they have obviously Apple Music, so you can choose your workouts based off the type of music you listen to.
Okay.
And then they'll have like a playlist, like playing music while you do it. And they've been okay so far. We've done the HIIT workout. I've done yoga. I did strength training, which I felt like was a little weak, honestly. I mean, this stuff just came out. Like for me, for the strength training, I would personally wish they kind of had like levels to it. So like they had like beginner type stuff to like intermediate to like advanced. I mean, because I feel like I would probably fall at least like in the intermediate level. Some of the stuff seemed really basic, and I'm not really sure how much I got out of it.
Yeah.
But one thing that's like really cool. So when you do it, it is linked to your watch. So if you don't have an Apple Watch, you can't do it. You can't just like watch the workouts, because I think it literally has to be locked into it. So when I do it on my Apple TV, Yami and I have a linked account. It'll say who's doing the workout, and I have to click my Apple Watch. And then what's cool is you'll do the workout, and then they put on there like your rings, like live view of your rings from your Apple Watch.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
Then it also will put like your heart rate on there. It'll put like how many calories you've burned. And obviously it keeps track of the time of how long it's doing it. It'll like show you like, oh, okay. Like, or like, I think when I was doing a workout today, I closed a ring, and I was like, oh, cool. Congratulations. You closed a ring. Like a little thing popped up. And it's even linked as far as like, so when I start a workout, when you start a workout on your watch and it pulls up the green little thing, and then you press the start, and then it like circles, it syncs up like that. So when I control it on my Apple TV, and I put start workout, the little green ring will start like circling, and then it'll show up on my watch, and then it's like perfectly synced. So I do like that. I do like, I mean, you can like, so if we go to like HIIT workouts, you can filter, and then you can do it by like even like music. So like if you can look up what kind of music you like. So for you, I think they have like top country.
Oh, okay. My favorite.
So yeah. So, and you can do some HIIT with Jamie Ray. And Jamie, you can get your top country hits with Jamie Ray. You can even click into it, like if you kind of want to get a preview, and see like what songs are going to be in it.
Mhm.
And then, you know, you can be like, oh, okay, cool. We're going to hit this hit workout to some Jake Owen and Brothers Osborne and Luke Bryan. I'm fucking in.
Yeah.
So it's cool. I think like I like the cardio stuff more than like the strength stuff. I did some yoga today because I felt like I needed to
Mhm.
stretch out a little bit. The cool downs are pretty cool. So yeah, it's I don't know, it's been enjoyable. But yeah, I don't know. I'll probably keep trying it for now. I'll see
Yeah.
what we do. I did want to talk to you. So Paul and I got Amazon Halo bands. So we both listen to podcasts that are heavily sponsored by Whoop. This podcast is not sponsored by anybody. So if Whoop wants to give us a band for the 3 people who listen, do it. But we've never talked about this. How do you like your Halo band?
Okay, so I've seen on there, if you've gone through the app and everything, it's kind of got the same deal like you're talking about with the Fitness Plus. I haven't used any of the classes. Maybe I
Yes.
will, but they do have like the hit workouts and cardio stuff, and
Okay.
it sounds almost exactly like what you're saying about the Fitness Plus, which I think is cool. But I don't know how well they would work, and it
Yeah,
doesn't sync up to the Fitness app, anyways.
it doesn't. So it doesn't play with even Apple Health or anything like
Yeah, it doesn't connect to really anything. Maybe
no.
not yet. Maybe they plan on it, but there isn't any kind of connection to any fitness or health app.
Yes. So yeah, so for anybody who's not aware, Amazon came out with a fitness band, and it's called the Amazon Halo. It would be very comparable to the Whoop band. It looks almost identical. I feel like if weren't really sure exactly what they look like, they look almost identical. It can track your heart. It tracks your calories, your steps, you know, similar to like every kind of like Fitbit. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't connect to Apple Health to kind of put your steps in. You can't, it doesn't connect to anything.
No.
And that's the other thing as far as the workouts. I've seen the workouts, but I've kind of been hesitant to try them. One, because I've been being lazy lately. And then 2, I mean, I don't know if the app, you can use it on an iPad. I kind of assumed you couldn't because it had to be, because that app is essentially the app that links your band to your device. So I don't know about doing the workouts off my phone because I feel like, especially if you're doing a hit workout, you're not going to be able to stand like up on your phone as you're kind of like jumping and,
Yeah.
you know, shuffling and stuff. So some of the features that it has, it can track your sleep, and it can also, it has I think the feature I like the most of it would be the body scanner.
Yeah.
You keep track of your body percentage weight, and it'll keep your weight in there. I think it does actually pull your weight from Apple Fitness, which is weird.
Yeah,
like Apple Health, because I keep my weight in there.
I'm waiting to do my next scan for the first, because it says I'm like a month overdue on it.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to do it this week. And then, you know, I want to do it when we start the real deal.
So I actually, with the band, have not been overly impressed to the point of that I've considered returning it. I don't know how you feel about it.
I mean, I've been wearing it every day, but it's kind of I guess the novelty of it is worn off. I don't really check the app that much anymore. I just kind of, it was dead for a couple of days. I was still wearing it, didn't even realize it was dead.
Yeah, so it has a price point of $70. And then I believe you get like a couple months free of their like health subscription.
Yeah.
And then afterwards, I think it's only like $3 or $5. So I think that is the one up on Whoop, where Whoop, you can get the band for free. But I believe they're about $30 a month for the subscription. So it's a little bit pricier what you're going to pay in the long term.
Well, that's why we even started talking about trying it out in the first place, because the subscription was that cheap.
It was pretty cheap.
Yeah.
But I kind of am starting to feel like you get what you pay for, because I guess the reason I feel like I'm want to return it. Oh, so the other thing it can do is it can monitor your voice
Yeah.
throughout the day, and it will tell you like if you sounded shy, you sounded happy, you sounded sad, or you sounded like disgruntled or mad and stuff. Um, so when I think about it, like the thing I was most excited for was the sleep. Um, but then you just put me on an app that I feel like does a way better job of
Yeah.
tracking your sleep. Um, Side note, I feel like none of these tracking devices track if you take a nap. Because I took a nap yesterday and
Hmm.
I've never had my naps count into my sleep for the day. So I don't know if it's
Maybe they just count it as like, maybe it has to be like a certain amount of time, or it's not restful enough for it to be like, oh, his heart dipped this low and that's
yeah,
sleeping. It's just like, oh, he's just sitting around watching TV.
maybe. And then so I was excited for that. The sleep it has been good. Like the tracking on it, I feel like it's been pretty accurate,
Hmm.
and the information it's given me. I've learned that I apparently wake up a lot when I sleep, because it'll show you like how many times you wake up. So that's kind of been eye opening, but I feel like for what I get from it, I could get in my Apple Watch. The body scanner, I do really like the body scanner, but I'm like, do I $70 like the body scanner? And then
Yeah.
one time when I was telling somebody about I Googled the Halo band to show them, and like an article about the band came up, and then there was some link to a free app that you can do the body scan with. So I was like, okay, well then maybe I don't need it for that.
Yeah.
The voice thing I was kind of interested in, but I've noticed like I feel like it infrequently checks my voice to see what I sound like.
Hmm.
And also at that point, like I can't really try. I don't feel like the information's useful, because if it tells me at 220 I sounded angry or I sounded disgusted, like I don't exactly know what I was doing or who I was talking to at 220 to one know, was I joking
Yeah.
and just like pretending I was upset about something, or was I really upset about something? And then it's like, okay, maybe I need to kind of watch how I say things, but I haven't found for the information to be useful for that.
That's weird, because that was one of the features I was actually pretty excited about,
Yeah.
and I haven't even set it up yet.
Oh, yeah.
So I haven't been using it, but I assumed that it was going to be like in the moment, like, oh, hey, you better, relax, you're raising your voice. But
Yeah, it doesn't.
yeah.
And the other thing, which I think is good because of like privacy concerns, um, but it's again, what doesn't make it useful is it doesn't save the recording.
Hmm.
So it's not like you can be like, oh, it's like, oh, you sounded pissed off at 1 o'clock. And then you're like, oh, okay, well, let me like view that. What was I saying? So it doesn't save any of that. So, supposedly they're not saving our recordings. Um, and then let's see, what else was a feature of it? And then, so, as far as keeping track of my fitness, and it has like, your fitness points for the week, it does more of like on a weekly um lookout, as opposed to Apple, who the goal is to close your 3 rings every day.
Yeah.
um Maybe that's why I put my calories lower, because 870 is fine if I work out, but if I don't work out, like, it's pretty unachievable.
Yeah. I've noticed that too on days where I'm just kind of chilling. I'll like peak at like 200,
Yeah.
and then because I have mindset at 750, and then I just look at my thing and I'm like, oh, okay, well, I worked all this week, and now I was just chilling today. I'm a piece of shit.
Yeah. What did it tell you that you should put yours at?
Um, I think it told me
I think it's double your weight.
if I my calories.
Yeah.
If I go look at it right now, is it going to stop the recording or anything?
I don't know. It's fine then.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, I don't know. So, I think I do in some ways like having a little bit lower, because it's low enough that if I don't work out, I'm not just going to automatically get it.
Yeah.
But if I don't work out, but I at least go for a walk, like do something extra, that I wouldn't normally do, I will achieve. It is achievable in that
Yeah.
way, which I guess is better, I guess, because it's unrealistic to think that I'm going to be able to do every single day, some hardcore workout where I burn like, 400 calories.
Yeah.
And there's
Bust out
probably
11
somebody,
miles worth of calories a day.
yeah. And there's probably somebody listening and saying, you're a fucking loser, because that is very attainable. Well, sorry, I'm fat. So, but starting January 1st, I'm going to work on it. So, if you want to tell me how to be less fat, go ahead, let me know. I mean, it's a pretty simple recipe. I just haven't done it. So, I guess I'll start. I mean, I guess I've done it. It's just I haven't maintained it. So, yeah, I don't know. So, yeah, I don't know, Paul. I'm pretty close, I think, to returning it.
Yeah.
I also don't like that we can't share anything on there. So you and I both kind of like, we texted together and bought it the same day, as a like, let's do this together thing. And there's nothing. So things that I was hoping that it had something similar that it doesn't, that the Whoop band has, was I was hoping it tied in the sleep more to like knowing how well rested you are in terms of if you want to work out. And it doesn't. Where, because I know like the Hoop it has like your strain coach, I believe it's called, if I can remember the ads correctly. So it has like the strain coach where it could be like, okay, you only slept like 4 hours, and you worked out yesterday, so like you probably should, maybe exercise this hard, or you've gotten a lot of sleep and you haven't worked out, so like you could go 100% full bore if you want. So it doesn't have anything like that I was kind of hoping it did. I feel like it's just kind of like a little bit elevated Fitbit.
Yeah, I think my biggest issue with it is the lack of a sharing feature. Because I mean, that's what we like you said, we bought it together, and that was the whole plan was, it's like a off-brand Whoop, and we're gonna share everything, and we could look at each other's stats, and that's not available.
Yes, because that is available on Whoop, that you could create challenges and work, kind of track each other and kind of see each other's workouts and their rest and sleep and all this stuff. So it doesn't have that. So I don't know. I think I might return it, Paul. 70 bones. I do think it's worth it if you don't have anything. But I think if you have an Apple Watch, what you're going to get from the Apple Watch is going to be superior to it. I would probably compare it closer to like a Fitbit. And I feel like it's probably better than a Fitbit, but less than a Whoop and less than a Apple Watch.
Yeah, if you're looking for something that just tracks and doesn't give you notifications, doesn't have a screen, I mean, it's pretty good for that.
Yes, and the price isn't bad. Yeah. The price isn't bad if you don't have that stuff. Because the other thing is like, I feel pretty hardcore rocking 2 bands. It's like, dang, this dude's like ready to go. He looks pretty overweight. So what are those for? Is one to like check to make sure he doesn't have a heart attack, or I don't know. Have you seen Tenet? Off topic again. Okay, no. Never mind. It was good. But yeah, I think I might end up returning it. 70 bones.
Are we able to?
You can return until January 31st.
Okay.
COVID, baby. That helps for a couple of things.
Yeah. I might do it too. Because I'm not even wearing mine right now, and I don't even feel bad about it.
70 bones, bud. Yeah. I say, all right, let's do it.
Just sitting there right there on my dresser looking at me.
After this, initiate the return. We're doing it.
Okay. All right, we're doing it.
All right. Yeah. Sorry, Amazon. You're not a sponsor anyway. If you want to sponsor us. And if you want to add us to your developer team, because it does have potential, but it's lacking. It's lacking. But we could give you some tips on maybe what to make it better. I'm excited for us to start working out. You made a funny joke when we talked about making the challenge about you putting your pants on, and you didn't need your belt.
Oh yeah.
Has this ever happened to you? Because it has happened to me multiple times, and it's the fucking worst. Have you ever either been like somebody gave you some clothes, or you went shopping for clothes and you go to get the size that you normally wear, and then you pick it up and you're like, this looks like pretty big. I think I can go a size down. Like
Yeah.
I don't need this. And then you go to like, oh, I'll just like put it on. And then you put it on and it either, which really sucks, is fits just right, or the worst, it actually doesn't fit. It's too small. Have you ever had that happen?
Yeah, I did that when I went pants shopping recently, and it's the worst.
Were you trying to not
Especially
show off
'cause
your neck anymore?
I just don't, because I told you guys though I got the cowboy boots, right?
Yes. Yes,
And
we
I
have
don't
seen
have
those.
any pants that would fit over them. So I went to buy just one pair
Okay.
so I could wear them to go over my boots. And it took me forever to find a size that would fit me.
Yeah. Yeah. What happened to me recently, I've definitely, it was actually pre-COVID. I enjoyed just chilling in some joggers.
Mm-hmm.
And especially now with COVID and being home, like, yeah, I'd be bumming it if I don't have to put on real pants. I'll just chill in joggers. So Yami bought me some more joggers, and she brought them, and I wear an extra large, and she bought me an extra large. And she gave them to me, and I lifted up the waist, and I was like, yo, this shit seems huge. Like, I was like, I feel like I might wear a large in these because, like, this just seems so big. And then
Yeah.
I put them on, fit just right. And honestly, it kind of crushed me a little bit. I was like, all right, it's time to start working out again.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. I feel like I got to start meal prepping too. Because I sometimes even when I'm working out, I got to watch the foods
Mm-hmm.
and not
We've
snacking.
been doing it the last couple of weeks, but
Uh-huh.
going back to work, we just have, someone will bring in a box of donuts in the morning, or someone had cake at home and they'll bring the leftover cake to work. So I'm meal prepping and eating my meal preps, but then I'm having sweets all day or snacks all day, and it like defeats the purpose.
Yeah.
So I feel that's another thing. I'm when I'm home, I don't eat as much as I do when I'm at work, which is weird.
Really?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm the opposite, because like I'll be like, I have a problem with sometimes I'll eat out of boredom.
Yeah.
So like I'll be like, oh, like let me just go get this, or like, oh, like I have all this candy from Christmas, and instead of parsing it out like a normal adult, let me eat 3 candies right now. And then those 3 candies tasted good. Let me have 3 more,
Yeah.
and like, and the next thing I know, I've like crushed it. The one thing I always end up crushing is banana chips.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll buy the little like pack, and then I'll be snacking on them. Next thing I know, I've fucking crushed the box.
The thing that's tough about that is that they're kind of expensive, and you're like, you know what? I know this is expensive. I'm not going to kill it all in one sitting, so I can enjoy it. I'll give it a week,
Yeah.
and then one sitting, it's gone. You're like, dude, I just spent $15 on this little bag of banana chips, and they're all gone.
Yeah. And then the worst part is I learned the hard way the first time I crushed a bunch of banana chips. Never really thought about how high in fiber banana chips are.
Yeah.
Or bananas are. Be having to take a big Duke after that. Fucking duking it up. So yeah, we'll see. I'm excited. I'll put, I think I might, I don't know. Though there's definitely some limitations to this app, but it's not bad for being free. But I did try starting a challenge, but I like literally once you make it, you can't change anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I can't even see how long it's supposed to go for anymore. But if not, I'll make another one and then I'll send it out. And then I can put the link out to if anybody else wants to join. And we got to figure out how much money we put on this, because I know at least for sure you, me, I'm assuming Jake will, and Yami maybe not. How much money we putting in? She's still making a face. She's already quitting. She's already quit. It's not even January 1st. She's already quitting.
Yeah, she's already broken her resolutions.
She's not even wearing her watch right now, first off. So I know.
That was a gift too.
It was a gift.
That's rude.
Yeah, she's not even wearing it. So she already gave up. Yeah. Now she's mad at me for putting her business out there, but too late.
Yeah.
So yeah. So we never got to finish talking about all this Star Wars stuff
Okay, hold on.
going on.
Before
Okay.
we do Star Wars, do you want to talk resolutions real quick? Are you doing any? Or...
Oh, yeah. Well, okay.
Okay.
So the other thing we talked about is, do you still want to do this as part of the challenge, as like a side health challenge, a sober January?
Yeah.
Okay. Sober January. Oh, yes. Yes, I do have something. Okay. So, I've been riding my bike a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I want to aim for in 2021 to ride 2,000 miles.
Okay.
I had calculated this. I think I've done, actually, no, I can see it in my Strava. You use Strava?
Yeah. I think we're on. I think I added you on there.
I'm pretty sure you did. I mostly use it for biking. If I track my running, I use Nike. So this year, and this is probably where I'm going to end at, because tomorrow's New Year's Eve and my bike's in the shop. I've biked 828 miles.
Mm-hmm.
I would say I probably started biking. Let's see if I check my fitness. I believe I started, let's see, all workouts, outdoor cycling. See, Apple just makes everything too easy. But then if you want to do more stuff, not so easy.
Mm-hmm.
I started in May.
Yeah.
So that was 5 months I did. So in 7 months,
Mm-hmm.
I did essentially
almost
1,000, 828.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm thinking for the whole year to do 2,000. And I calculated it.
Yeah.
And it's not too easy.
Okay.
Like in a good way. Like, because 2,000 miles would be 166 miles a month. And let's see how many a week.
What's like average, like with your bike rides? How many miles are you banging out, like on an average bike ride?
So if an average bike ride when I'm in shape is about 30 to 35 miles. Right now, I don't consider myself in shape, so I've been banging out 20 miles. And that's just, and right now, partly why I'm not in shape is like I've only been doing it about once a week.
Mm-hmm.
So 2,000 miles would be 40 miles a week.
Mm-hmm.
So it puts more pressure on me to have to do more than one bike ride a week.
Yeah.
Or if I don't, do longer bike rides to make up. So I feel like it's kind of it's not unattainable, but it's also not easily attainable. Because if I stick to doing one ride a week, even 35 miles, I wouldn't obtain it. I'd have to still do a couple longer bike rides.
Yeah.
So yeah, I want to aim for 2,000 miles this year on my bike. Yeah. As far as other stuff, as far as resolutions, I'm not a big resolution person. I try to not like have to wait for something. Like if I really want to do something, to just do it. And constantly are always trying to push myself, as much as I think I still have a lot to work on in my life. But like, I mean, even for instance, like this podcast, like I didn't like wait until like in January, I'm going to start it. Like I kind of like, we were supposed to do something a long time ago. And it's kind of always something I thought of even before that. So I kind of wanted to just start. So I just made myself start. So I try to be that way. And even with like biking and fitness and stuff, like when I feel like I've gone too far and my pants are starting to fit too tight, not wait for something and just kind of go for it. So I'm not a huge New Year's resolution person.
Mm-hmm.
How about you?
Not so much either, but I mean, it's nice. I feel like it's nice to kind of have like one or two things that I like. Last year, I didn't get it. I failed, but I did a no energy drink resolution. And
All those are shit.
I went about 9 months until like we were doing the big fires where I wasn't getting much sleep.
Okay.
And I was like, I gotta have something. And I kind of ruined it on then. But I'm gonna do that one again. See if I can go a whole year.
Okay.
And
if you go a whole year, you might as well just go your whole life.
Yeah. So I know they're bad for you. Midori doesn't like them either. She doesn't like that I drink them.
Yeah.
I'll think about it tomorrow about a mile thing for running because I don't have a bike for riding. So I got to do my miles running. So I'll work it out.
Bird did 1,000 miles
in a year.
And it's Bert Kreischer for anybody that we don't know him. It's just we listen to his podcast. But yeah, he did 1,000 miles. So let's see, 1,000 miles. I feel like that, but he runs a lot. Surprisingly, divided by 52, that's 20 miles a week. And if you ran 3 days a week, that's a lot. That's a lot. That's average of like 6 miles every 3 days at least.
I'm gonna try it. I'll say 1,000 miles.
No,
we'll see.
No. You do or you do not. There is no try.
Okay, I'm gonna do 1,000 miles.
So you're gonna do 1,000?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay. Damn. I'm excited. So yeah. Okay. So we're gonna be tracking 1,000 miles for Paul running, and I'm gonna hit 2,000 miles on the bike training. I'm gonna look into that other fitness scan app for us to do so we can try tracking that way. But last time I kind of found it by accident, just trying to find information on the Amazon Halo to share with somebody. And then ended up it came up. So I think there is an alternative that we can use, and I think it said it was free and there's no subscription. So yeah. All right.
Well, the thing I like going back to Strava is that it tracks your miles, like yearly miles or monthly miles. So that'd be because I was just doing it off the Apple Watch. I don't think they do overall mileage with your exercises, right?
So you can let's see, because I'm sharing. Let me see if it shows up. No, it doesn't. Let me see if I can do this. You can sort your workouts to like look to see on Apple Fitness. You can go in here and you can choose like your workouts, because if you do multiple workouts to see, but you're right, it only shows monthly opposed to showing like overall thing that you can see in Strava. And you can see you're just like this year, I could see I did 828 miles this year. When I run, I used Nike. Look, it has to reinstall it because that's how long it's probably been since I used it. Once I started bike riding, I don't like running anymore.
Well, I like I haven't done regular bike riding, but I do like doing the stationary bike.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think you would like road biking. It's fun. It's challenging. I feel like for my time I get more out of it than I would if I were to go running. Especially because like I'm not like in great running shape right now. So like if I go running, I'm probably running like a 10-minute mile right now. So like if I go work out and even just run like 2-3 miles, well, first off, it's not just easy to just run more miles when you're out of shape, because then you have to start walking and then you do even slower. So like if I wanted to do like 3 miles, I feel like it'd probably take me like 30-40 minutes, and at a point I'd probably walk some because I can't jog that whole time, and then my calories would start to decrease because I'm not really running, or the calories I'm burning. Whereas if I go for a bike ride, you can coast it sometimes, but you can't just completely like chill because you have to keep the momentum going to keep going. Let's see. No, this. Oh, you can't do it by year. Oh yeah, so here, yeah, Nike, you could do it by year to see what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's a good app if you want to try that one too. But Strava is good too.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's why I like biking more. It is less stress on your back and your knees too. Um, but it's been pretty enjoyable. I definitely get to catch up on my podcasts I like to listen to when I go bike riding, and
Mm-hmm.
I fall behind when I'm not bike riding because I usually at least ride. I try to at least do like a hour and a half, like the 20 miles. That's usually how long it'll take me. Um, opposed to running where I'd only be able to like work out for like 30, 40 minutes. So yeah, so Star Wars. Did you want to talk Star Wars still?
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, there's been a lot of new stuff with Star Wars. Have you got to look into anything?
Me, I'm gonna pull up the list on my computer real fast. There's a lot, and I don't remember.
There's a lot.
There.
As a Star Wars fan, I'm going to be honest. I kind of am starting to feel like it's a little too much.
Yeah, I kind of get that because, I mean, it's a huge franchise though, and it just I don't know if they're doing it. Well, I mean, obviously it's a huge money maker.
Yeah,
but I don't know if it's a money thing or if they like really care about the brand.
I think they care about the brand. But I definitely think it's a money thing. I mean, you don't spend all that money to just let it sit there. I think the one thing we've seen from Disney is they're not going to let anything sit there. They're not letting Sister Act sit there. Like they're making another Sister Act. Like, why? Like, why? And why so soon?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I'm kind of starting to get to a point where it's possible that there's too much Star Wars, and which I feel like is a horrible thing to say as a Star Wars fan. And I don't know. I get scared like the more stuff goes on, if it's just going to get shittier. Like I feel like they've crushed it with Mandalorian, but I almost start to worry about how much more Mandalorian seasons can we have before it starts to just become another show.
Yeah.
I don't know if you ever watched The Walking Dead.
I did the first couple seasons.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So like I watched it up until like I think maybe the last season or two.
Yeah.
I think I might have missed the last like 2 seasons. But that was one of those shows that was like really great when it came out. Super exciting. There was always something crazy going on. And it just kind of like after a while it was just another show that like is kind of like, where is it going?
Yeah.
Because I mean, where does the Mandalorian ever end?
Mm-hmm.
It's just gonna go. And I don't know. I feel like I mean, I know one thing it seems like they're trying to do, and I don't blame them in a way, is expand the universe because they can't keep on circling the Skywalker saga.
Yeah. But then I have with that, I get why they did it, but the whole Legends thing, they already had all that stuff already written and created all the content out there. I get why they said this isn't canon anymore, so they can make their own stories.
Yeah.
But there was already so much stuff out there they could have made into movies or video games or had more people write books about.
Yeah. My nerdum does not go into the Legends. I'm not familiar with a lot of that stuff. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. I know they're trying to expand it, but like to a certain point though, how much can you expand the universe unless you expand outside of the time frame of the Skywalker saga?
Yeah.
But in a way, wouldn't everything kind of be linked to the Skywalker saga?
But I mean, that's what it seems like. All the stuff that they're creating right now is all Skywalker era, like all the shows.
Well, so like I'm saying, like you do something that takes place in the future, right?
Yeah.
I mean, things that happen in the Skywalker saga are still going to have implications on what happens in the future, wouldn't it? Like anything Jedi related is going to have to come from Rey Skywalker, I guess, at this point.
Yeah.
And the Sith, and which, was, Darth Vader being the big bad and Palpatine.
Hmm.
So, I mean, I feel like there's always going to have some tie. And if you do stuff that takes place in the same time frame, like, I don't know, does that stuff really have as much meaning if there is this like whole other huge ass battle that was taking place of, this emperor who was taking over the whole galaxy, and you're in this like minor side war?
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, I get that too. Because I mean, they could even like, you know, in the future movies or shows, they could just pull out, oh yeah, even though Palpatine's dead, this was still part of his plan.
Yeah.
Like the other prequels, original, and the sequels are all Palpatine. And then the
Yeah.
next three movies, they could have been like, oh, he's dead, but he put this stuff into motion.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I didn't hate Palpatine in The Rise of Skywalker, but I didn't love it either.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't know. I'm now that I'm talking to you about it, I'm starting. I don't like saying it because I really like Star Wars, but it might be. I guess it kind of like lessens it a little bit. I guess if there's just so much that I think you said this already, but I'm gonna say it again. It kind of
Yeah.
cheapens the story if there's just so much.
That's how I feel. Like, I mean, there's cartoons coming out, like
Mhm.
there's other sideshows, like I don't know, it's not as much of a spectacle. And I even kind of feel that way with Marvel. Like I
Yeah.
really, 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 really loved like all the Marvel movies, and now it seems like we're finally starting to get the shows. The WandaVision comes out January 15th, which that one, I'm not gonna lie, I'm skeptical. Maybe I'll end up loving it, but
Hmm.
um I don't know, I'm skeptical on it for sure. And yeah, it just seems like if you're having like a show, all the time of Star Wars, like you have something, it's just so much. And then, one thing I do appreciate is obviously that everything coexists and links up. And I think we might have talked about this before. Like I never cared for Agents of Shield because it just seemed so cheap and
Yeah.
had really nothing to do with the movies. Like they would barely reference them, and if they did, it was like super weird.
Hmm.
Um, and this stuff is, completely like, the main actors, are in it, and the story links to like the movies and stuff.
Yeah.
But like it just starts to make it like there's just so much information now. Like, I mean, I appreciate that they did it, and I think it makes it better for the Mandalorian that all this stuff ties into the Clone Wars cartoon.
Hmm. Well,
But
then that's where we're lacking too, because we never saw
exactly.
that, and now I'm starting it because of the show. And
Yes.
it was like, oh, there's so much from the cartoons that tie into the show that ties into the movies.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So that's where I'm at. Like now I have to go back and watch 9 seasons of this cartoon that I thought was just a cartoon that they had on like Disney XD. Like
Yeah.
that, like I was a grown ass dude that I wasn't watching. So, but now it has all these plot lines that are these main things in The Mandalorian, that's pretty big. So, like, if I want to understand it, I have to go back and watch it. So, and now they're going to have all these other shows, like, and all these other cartoons. And it's like, shit, there's like so much stuff to like watch if you want to just try being up on your franchise.
Hmm.
Whereas like, like Star Wars did this before, and I know you mentioned Legends, but like the stuff that wasn't quite Legends, like when Disney took over, so like they would make, they made like the Force Awakens, and then
Yeah.
there was like a book that
Hmm.
like kind of covered a little bit before and a little bit of after, and
Yeah.
like went into like more details of it so you could get more information. But it was like for the people who are hardcore and just wanted to get more information, opposed to like the Mandalorian. It's like these characters, like who's Thrawn, like why does she care
Yeah.
who Thrawn is? We're saying they're like, okay, cool. And meanwhile, this was like a pretty big plot line and is kind of like a big deal. So like, and obviously all this stuff with the dark saber And
Yeah.
Mandalore and all this stuff, it's like, okay, well, I don't know all this stuff and what they're talking about and who Bo-Katan is and her homies are. And so now this doesn't make sense to me.
Well, and then they're making, because I have some of the Star Wars ones that are coming out. They're making the Bad Batch, which
That's
is
the
from
cartoon one, I think.
from the Clone Wars. And now I got to watch the Clone Wars to know who the Bad Batch is to watch that show.
Yes. Yes. The one show I would be very excited to watch is if they ended up doing a show off of Luke on his quest. So I would even be okay if it ended before he started his Jedi Academy. If it went through the Jedi Academy, that'd be pretty cool. Up until basically we see in The Rise of Skywalker where he has the thing with young Kylo.
Yeah.
And then, that whole disaster. I would be excited to see that. And I think that would be really cool. And I think I told you last time, I mean, I think they could get away with recasting Mark Hamill. And he's been way up staying in the Star Wars light. I mean, he loves it. He embraces it. So thankful for him for doing that. So he would kind of be a bridge to say, yeah, let's do this. And this is the actor who's going to be young me.
Yeah. Yeah, I would much rather, like, even if it doesn't look like him a lot, I would rather watch a real actor than a whole show of a CGI Mark Hamill.
I think there's no way they do the CGI Mark Hamill. I think they either don't do it or they recast it. But I think they could recast it. I mean,
yeah.
I know you mentioned before, we kind of know what he looks like at that age, but it's just kind of a thing that happens, so
yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that would be really cool, to kind of see where he takes off with Grogu. And then, that's the part where he's really trying to study the Jedi way and stuff. And I'm sure he got into some hijinks.
Yeah.
I'm sure it wasn't all smooth sailing. So,
Grogu, little baby, he's learning his powers, what did he do? He threw a fit on the ship and crashed it or something. I don't know.
Has to be.
Adventures.
He ate a little spider, and all of a sudden a big mama spider got mad and wanted to start chasing them. So hijinks ensued. So yeah, I mean, we'll see. I mean, I guess we'll have to see as more information comes out about a lot of these shows. But I do, feels weird to say, I feel like I'm starting to hit peak Star Wars consumption. It's just a lot of shit, and Marvel too. I kind of at this point kind of carry them in the same weight. Where Star Wars, I mean, over history has a little bit bigger space in my heart, but I mean, I've been in all this Marvel stuff since they've been doing the MCU stuff. So
yeah,
I feel like I am starting to get to overconsumption.
It's weird thinking like that, because for a while I was like, you know what? I'm really glad that they're putting out all this Star Wars stuff, and it's cool to like Star Wars. And, there's all these things I would have loved to have had as a kid. And, people don't make fun of you for liking Star Wars, call you a nerd, because everyone likes Star Wars now.
Yeah.
And now there's just a lot.
Okay. You just made me think of something. So do you think that's why Star Wars nerds, the hardcore Star Wars nerds, I feel like probably even more hardcore than us, start to hate on the new Star Wars stuff?
That it's just because so many people like it.
Because so many people like it. So like you said, before, it was kind of you were a nerd to like Star Wars. Yeah. Not everybody liked Star Wars or knew it. And, it was kind of like our own little club. But now that everybody likes it, it's obviously not like that anymore. It's completely mainstream.
I think that might be it, because I see that a lot with music too, with bands.
Yes.
When they're like, oh, I liked them during their first album, and now they sold out, and now everyone likes them. It's you can't just be happy that your favorite band, they made it.
Yes.
You're upset that everyone else in the entire world,
you want them to continue to be poor and miserable.
Yeah, everyone likes it, and they're making more content, and you're upset about that.
Yes.
But then here we are talking about how they're making too much. So,
I mean, yeah, I mean, well, but there's a difference. Like, okay, there's a difference between like your favorite band putting out maybe 2 albums a year, which I feel like is a lot for an artist.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, they're pumping out 2 albums a year, and because they're big, you get to go see them once or twice a year because they're coming to your local area to perform. Now, take that versus they're releasing 5 albums a year,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like here every other week.
Yeah.
I feel like that's the difference for me. Like, it's just not that I don't want to see Star Wars succeed and make more, but I definitely think you're right about like the hipsterness of like, oh, like, Star Wars is so like mainstream now and I don't like it because they're doing all this stuff. Because like, was the sequel trilogy as good as I feel like it could have been? No. But I did really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, especially even like The Last Jedi, like everybody shit on that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't mind it that much. I mean, I liked it. I thought there was a lot of cool things in it.
Yeah.
I mean, I get some of the complaints, like Force flying Leia was weird, but I mean, if she was trained in the Force, I mean, I don't know, we've never seen Force propulsion before. So, I mean, maybe it's a thing that exists. I mean, you can will yourself to do something, I guess. I don't know. I mean, in a way, isn't it just a reverse Force pull?
Yeah.
Because if
just
you can
push.
If you can grab an item far away, like Luke does with the lightsaber Rey did, and that's believable, why can I not try to grab an item that's stationary, and because I'm grabbing at it, it pulls me closer?
One of the guys I work with is really into Star Wars, and he had this whole deal about it when chick from Jurassic Park does the whole kamikaze thing with their ship.
Oh yeah.
He was saying, which makes sense, but I mean, it's Star Wars, so there's no really real law of physics. They can do whatever they want. Mm-hmm. But he was telling me, which makes sense, if the ships would have lost power or they would have ran out of fuel, they wouldn't slow down because there's no friction in space. So they would have kept going the same speed. So they never would have gotten caught. And they never would have had to sacrifice the ships, and they never would have had a kamikaze.
That's getting really deep into it.
And he was like really upset about it. And I was like, dude, I get it, but it's, they have lightsabers. Like, that's
they have
real.
lightsabers that like are really weird when you think about it, that like, how does the beam just stop?
Yeah.
Because like, if you think like how laser pointers work, like it just goes forever.
Mm-hmm.
So like, how does like the laser come out, or the beam, and then at a certain distance it knows to stop, and no matter how you wave it, it's physical, but yet it's just light.
Yeah. And it's so hot that it could cut through metal, but the metal thing that has the blade in it doesn't burn your hands.
Yes.
See, there's all kinds of rules that they don't follow. So maybe their ships run out of fuel and they slow down. Who knows?
Or, I mean, also they have the type of space travel that we don't have.
Yeah.
Because they can go into light speed. I've also never understood how Luke was able to just kick it in his X-Wing and go everywhere. That it was
but
small.
When the Jedi fighters have to have that little
like ring
pack on them.
That they would go in. Yes.
Yeah.
Why was his different that he could just go to all these different places by himself, and Rey too?
Yeah, I don't know.
So, I mean, yeah, like you said, I mean, you could
It's
break down
the
this
story.
stuff. Yeah. I mean, and honestly, there's some stuff too that, I mean, could be better in the original trilogy. I mean, there's many things. They're not perfect either. I don't know. I hate how much hate the new Star Wars stuff gets. And I know as I'm just saying that, I feel like I'm getting too much stuff. I just think where they screwed up is they didn't have, now I'm blanking, homeboy from Marvel, Kevin Feige.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I feel like Star Wars needed to have their Kevin Feige, who, even though they were going to have different directors do the movies, was kind of guiding the overall arc of where it was going. And I feel like that's where they messed up.
and they like gave too much reign to everybody to go put in your own stories. So then there were these weird continuity things where people had to kind of like stuff kind of contradicted itself. So then you're like, what's the real story?
Yeah.
And then in the end, like that's why I feel like the last movie felt like it was just trying to like wrap all this random stuff up. And stuff got forgotten. I feel like that was their biggest error. And I mean, I think despite that, if you look at the movies individually, they're good. And I don't know. I mean, obviously they have their flaws, but
yeah,
we'll see. I don't know. I'm just paranoid about like, it stresses me out, if we're being completely honest, having to try to keep up with all these stories.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like enjoying your favorite franchise should be stressful.
Well, especially because I mean, how many episodes were this last season of Mando? Like 7 or 8?
I think it was only like 6 or 8.
Yeah. And okay, so that's 8 weeks.
Yes.
And then, you know, all these shows coming out, are they coming out around the same time?
I doubt it.
Do I have to watch all these shows in a week? Well, then we also get to the spoiler issue. Like I was getting up, taking my morning dump, and there's spoilers Friday morning at like 5 a.m. for a show that came out at midnight. So now I have to stay off the internet until I'm able to watch the show.
Yeah. Yeah. The last episode came out during a holiday, I believe. There was something where, no, because it wasn't Christmas.
I think it was the week before Christmas. The week or 2 weeks before Christmas, the Friday.
Yeah. For whatever reason, I remember thinking, oh, a lot of people I think are often. Oh, I think there was the one that came out during Thanksgiving.
Yeah. Yeah.
And there was a lot of spoilers for that. Like I felt like really soon. I felt like it was because like everybody was off on Black Friday. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I think they're definitely going to space this stuff out because I mean, they're part of Disney Plus, which the whole point is to get us keep paying money. So if they dump it all on us, you know, once a year, then you could essentially cancel your subscription the other 11 months. Whereas if they space it out throughout the year, then you kind of have to keep paying monthly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they'll be spaced out, and I think they'll be spaced out with the Marvel stuff. But I feel like the cartoon, for sure, they could pump out more episodes than they would like The Mandalorian. Yeah, I don't know. It's just a lot of shit to keep up with.
Yeah, and all the backlog that we have to catch up with.
I know. I mean, I've enjoyed Clone Wars, but sometimes I feel like it's a little bit slow.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it was made to just like mass consume. I feel like it was made to consume like on a weekly basis. And it's a lot. And I haven't even really gotten to like anything good. I also really don't like stuff that I already know the outcome of. For example, I'm watching Clone Wars. I'm only like a couple episodes in. They have Count Dooku in there.
Yeah.
And, you know, then they're like, oh, we need to go battle Count Dooku. Or there's been General Grievous already. And, you know, they have to go fight him. I know they're not going to beat him. Because he's still going to be in the next movie. And he's going to escape. And I also know he's not going to kill them. Because it takes place before Revenge of the Sith. So it's like, I don't know. It's not like that much anticipation to me. I mean, you kind of always assume the good guy's going to win. But I don't know. I mean, it's sometimes very predictable because I'm like, well, I know Count Dooku still has to get his head chopped off by Anakin. So this is not going to be the time he's captured. He will escape.
My big thing about the Clone Wars is the clones themselves. There's just so many of them. And every episode is like a new handful of clones. They all have names and they all look the same. Like, how am I supposed to know who's who throughout the rest of the season? I mean, I know that some of them have different colors and they have little markings, but then, you know, like 10 or 11 of them die every episode.
Paul, it is possible that somebody in the future will listen to this and they want to go back and listen to all the episodes, just like we're complaining about doing, but they're going to do it. And they're going to listen to it and they're going to be like, these guys call themselves Star Wars fans.
Don't even remember clone number 7,899's real name.
He clearly had the triangles on his cheeks.
Yeah.
How could he get that confused with the guy with the rectangles?
His gun had a green light on it, and the other ones didn't have a light at all. How did he not catch that?
Yeah, I mean, how are they saying they're fans and they enjoy watching this stuff? Unsubscribe.
Yeah.
So we just lost some people.
Yeah, sorry guys.
Sorry.
We're not
It's
real
just-
fans, I guess.
I guess we're not. I enjoy the new movies. I enjoyed the old movies, but I do also am scared to get maxed out. It gives me anxiety. It gives me a lot of stress. A lot of stress, and I'm not going to know.
Because you think about it too. I mean, they could make up stories forever and just keep pumping them out.
Yeah.
But then the issue is quality too. If you're just going to keep pumping stuff out, the both seasons of Mando, they were all bangers.
Yes.
But when does it get hit to a point where
that's what I was trying to tell you?
It starts to drop off, and you're like, dude,
Thank you. That's what I'm saying.
Because I like Star Wars and I like Mando, but that's the only reason why I'm watching it.
I think normally about 5 seasons is usually that number for most shows.
So I did that with Supernatural.
Didn't watch
there's like 15 seasons, and it got to a point where I was like, I'm just watching it because I liked the show, and I'm just along for the ride now.
Yeah.
I'm not watching it because I like the new stuff. I'm invested, and I guess I'm going to watch for the next 1,000 years. They keep making episodes.
Yeah, but that's why I was with Walking Dead. And I think finally there was like a point where like I didn't have like cable at the time. And so then, or I didn't have a DVR that I could easily record it. So then I just stopped. At first I was kind of catching up on the app and watching it that way. And then it's just like, I like the story, just like there wasn't anything that made me want to keep coming back to see what was going to happen. And I just kind of died off. And now I haven't had an interest to go back to it. Here's the other thing to think about, to your point, Paul. You do not have any children.
No.
If you chose to have children in the future, like think of all the content you're going to have, like, oh, son or daughter, I want you to love Star Wars like I do. I did it with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
It was easier at the time. For you, you're going to be like, oh, I want you to love Star Wars like I do. Well, now there's 12 movies and there's 5 shows to watch. There's like 100 episodes. I also want you to like Marvel. There's 10 years worth of movies. Okay, that's not as bad, but now there's all these shows you have to watch. So that way you could get it because there's a new movie coming out, this May.
Yeah.
And then the more that this time goes on, like it's just going to be impossible for people to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
Like my kids, if they want to watch Star Wars, like, fuck, that's going to suck. That's a lot of shit to have to watch.
Well, for us, there were only 3 movies.
Yes.
And that's it. And then I saw the prequels. I saw those in theaters. And then I saw the sequels in theaters.
Yes.
So you only had to watch 3 movies to be caught up on the whole story.
Well, a perfect example was Midori, who hadn't seen Star Wars.
Yeah.
So this was just recently before Rise of Skywalker, right?
Yeah.
So to get her caught up, and this was just last year, you just had to have her watch the prequels,
all of them,
the original trilogy, and you also, I'm assuming, had her watch Solo and Rogue One.
Yeah, and Rogue One. Yeah.
I mean, I guess you didn't know that you should have had her watch Clone Wars too.
No.
Because Ahsoka Tano spoke to Rey as well. So, but yeah, I mean, it's very easy for her to get caught up and anybody in her situation. But the more this goes on, I mean, I guess you could still just go through the movies, but then it's like, how are you going to skip over Grogu? Like, it's probably like one of like the best Star Wars characters in a long time. Which just makes me curious. I just can't believe that he's just going to be off with Luke.
Yeah.
And that Disney's just willing
they're gonna have to, unless they're just going to, I mean, I guess they could just keep making products with him. He doesn't have to be.
Yeah, I mean, they were still making stuff. Lando Calrissian, who is also getting a show. I mean, everybody was excited to see Lando again.
Yeah.
In Solo. And I think people were excited to see him in Rise of Skywalker again.
Mm-hmm.
But did everybody need a whole show of him? There's a show called Droids coming out
Yeah.
Like, obviously, droids are really cool. I mean, R2 is actually one of my favorite Star Wars characters, even over some of the human characters.
Mm-hmm.
Do we need a whole show of it, though? It's just, that's the thing.
Like, how much could you do? Because, I mean, you got
Yes.
R2, you got C-3PO.
Which you like him way more than I feel like he deserves to be liked.
Actually. I like him a lot.
I know. Too much. Too much.
But I mean, like, what are they just going to start? Because I know that they're making. I don't know what it's going to be about. Are they going to introduce more droids and try to capture the same love that,
of course,
that we made over 9 movies with the other droids?
Yes.
But I don't know how. I mean, they're going to do it. They're doing it. But I don't know
it's
how
happening.
It's going to. Yeah.
Open your mouth because the dick's coming down. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I guess we'll have to chat more about this stuff as it comes. But yeah, Bax with a little coffee waffy in the back. Sorry. But yeah. So yeah, we'll put the information out there about this challenge starting Saturday. Paul's going to be on the road to 1,000.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be on the road to 2,000. We're also going sober for the month of January.
Yeah.
So go hard tomorrow.
Well, I'm also starting the vaccination on Friday. So everyone wish me luck.
You going to get vaccinated?
Yeah, I'm getting vaccinated on Friday.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So, hopefully I don't die. Who knows?
Okay.
But
all right.
I'm not worried about it. I like so they asked us at work, like, do you guys want to get it? And I was like, I don't know. But then I think about all the stuff that the Marine Corps injected me with. Yeah. I was like, I can do it.
Yeah.
I can do a COVID shot. They're
Well,
not sticking
cool.
it in. They're not sticking it in my butt.
If they were, he'd probably definitely sign up.
I would have said yes instantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that would have made it more enjoyable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So that's happening Friday. And then I don't know how they're going to do the second dosage because I'm doing it Friday. And then 2 weeks I get laid off. And then you're supposed to take the second dose after your 3rd week.
I would ask that before you get the first dose.
Yeah. Because that's what, I mean, we're all kind of curious, all the guys that are getting laid off. Like, so are you going to let us come into work to get the second one? Or are we just kind of, we'll see what one does. Hopefully you don't die.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I guess let us know. Do you know which one you're getting? If you're getting the Moderna or if you're getting the Pfizer one?
I think it's the Moderna one.
Oh, okay. Well, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then I'm hoping for our next pod to be if you've listened to our last podcast, Paul and I got very excited talking about the dicking down that we felt Carl and Mr. Incredible give, which gave us the idea of creating a whole new bracket of Disney characters and trying to see who probably is the best fucker, I guess. We've so far been calling it the Disney dick down. We're hoping to have our friend Jake, who also enjoys penises.
Yeah.
And so hopefully we'll be able to put that together next week.
I have a good question to ask for the podcast. I'm saving it. We've already talked about it.
Okay.
I'm going to bring it up again because we still have not figured out an answer.
Okay. Well, so we also need to put together a list of names of characters to put in the bracket so I can make the bracket like I did last time.
Mm-hmm.
And then we can, it'll be easier and quicker, I think, because we won't have any clips to play because I don't think there's any sex scenes in any Disney movies besides Simba jumping on Nala before they fucked. I feel like that's the closest we got. But yeah, so I mean, I look forward to that. Hopefully that's next week. We just have to see if we can get our friend Jake to commit to being on. So
that and our challenge.
Yeah, I'm sure he will. I'll send in the text right now, see if he's down and how much. And I guess, I don't know, we'll see what Yami wants to do because I don't think she wants, I think because she knows she's probably going to lose.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why
if we drop the money down, is that the,
I feel like she doesn't want to put $100 in. I feel like
What about
she's coming
50?
in it. I feel like she's coming in with a losing attitude. I feel like the only reason you say, "Oh, $100, I don't want to pay $100," is because you know you're going to lose it.
Yeah.
I feel like I could win. I'm
Mhm.
sure you feel like you could win. I've never lost. You've never lost to me in a fitness competition.
I think Jake's beat me a couple times.
So I'm sure Jake feels like he could win.
Yeah.
I feel like Yami probably feels like, you know, I'm the gazelle with the lions and the bears.
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm like I'm barely starting my fitness journey, and I've done 2 workouts, and then now we're talking about betting $100 as I'm like almost icing my body.
I hear
Sounds really
excuses.
negative to me.
Thank you. Were you able to hear her?
Yeah, that was really negative, and it's not really.
That's my thing. She comes in with the wrong attitude for it. So we'll see. We'll see.
Think about it though. All right, so we'll do 3 months. I don't know the next time we're going to see each other, but think about it. When we do eventually link up, someone's going to have some cash.
Yeah.
And wouldn't that be exciting for our first time seeing each other in a while? Is to just have a stack.
I mean, I think so. Well, I mean, we can all send this stuff digitally.
I feel like the green. I feel like that'd make it like
better,
especially for the loser has to hand over $100.
Okay.
To the winner. I like that.
I think so. Then this, no matter what the amount is, I think it's
Cash.
got to at least be 50, but it has to be cash.
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like I'd be even down if we did it and we socially distanced. Like we just have to do it in April. Even if at that point everything still needs to be socially distanced with masks. Like I'm fine with that. You're gonna be like, fuck you, I'm vaccinated, even though they say, you know, you still got a mask after that. But yeah, I'm down for that. Okay. So we'll figure it out. The challenge is happening for sure. Information will be online. And we will track our progress. And see what's going on. Cool. Well, thanks for joining me again, Paul. I hope that we can pin Jake down so we can do our episode next week.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Talk to you soon.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
Woo. Well, that was a long episode. But yeah, thank you. If you made it all the way through, I appreciate it. And, you know, thank you for listening. Thank you for taking the time to be in the cut with me and listening to me and Paul's shenanigans. You know, thank you, you know, and to everybody, the few people, the homie Abe again, you know, thank you for listening and spending time with me. You know, and have a happy new year. You know, be safe, take care of your friends, take care of your family. And I think 2021 is really going to be a good year. You know, please join us for the fitness challenge if you want. You know, I will post on the IG in the cut with Arthur, and get in on that. You don't have to put in $100. You know, you could just compete. And push yourself and challenge yourself, because in the end, that's what it's all about, doing the best that you can do for yourself. And, you know, that's what I'm going to be doing, but I'm also going to try to kick Paul's ass. And if Jake ever answers our texts, then I'm going to kick his ass too, because do or do not, there is no try. Thank you for being in the cut with me, and I look forward to talking to you next week.